Hi there, I'm Shane Spiers, and welcome to another edition of the Performance Brief, where we give you one breakthrough business idea in just 5 minutes. My guest today is Matthew Pollard. Matthew, a very warm welcome. Where are you today?
Well, I actually just got back to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, which is where I call home.
Brilliant. And that accent, a bit like mine, is from down under, I would say.
Well, I think the wonderful thing about living in a global economy that we now do is the fact that you can really live anywhere and do whatever you want. So, yeah, I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I'm responsible for 5 multi-million-dollar success stories in Victoria, which is my hometown. And then I moved to the United States. I spent 4 years in Austin, and now I live in Chapel Hill. So I'm making use of the fact that we live in this modern day generation.
Yeah, brilliant. So for those of you that don't know him, Matthew is an internationally recognised authority in differentiation, niche marketing and sales systemization. His growth strategies have resulted, as he said, in 5 multi-million-dollar success stories for his own, as well as profitable businesses for 3,500 clients and counting. Wow. Matthew, our subject today is 3 steps to rapid growth, and we've got 5 minutes for the interview. Are you ready?
Not at all, mate. We'll give it a shot. No, sure.
Start anyway.
5 minutes.
Great. So I'll start the clock. So can you talk a little bit about the 3 steps to rapid growth? Unified message, niche marketing, and sales systemization.
Sure. I think that the reason why I came up with this model is originally in all my businesses, I assumed the reason for my success was my ability to be able to sell. Now, for anyone that, in 5 minutes, we're not going to be able to cover it, but my backstory is horribly introverted guy, had no right being in sales, fell into sales because I lost my job just before Christmas, and it was 93 doors before my first sale. I actually taught myself how to sell watching YouTube videos. So for me, a lot of people came to me and asked me to teach them how to sell, but they were interested in the tactics of how to sell. Right. And what I realized is that there was something that I was doing naturally that everybody else didn't seem to do. And what that was I always understood that if I was competing like with like, as an introverted salesperson that was just learning, I was always going to lose. So what I looked for is how could I separate myself from everybody else so I would become the only logical choice. And what I realized is that was difficult if you were speaking to everybody, because speaking to everyone, you're speaking to nobody. So if I refined my focus to speak to a small group of people that rallied to my message, then sales just became the easiest thing on the planet. So what I started with, especially when I first came to America, when I first came here, I expected to teach people sales, and people kept coming to me for the tactics. Today, even because I've got a book out, endorsed by Neil Patel, Harvard, Princeton, and you name it, around how introverts can outsell extroverts. It's called The Introvert's Edge. Yeah. But people continually come to me for the tactics of how to sell. And people now, because of how well I'm known online, come to me for the tactics on how to be successful online. And I say, well, this is the tactical stuff. This is step 3. And if you start at step 3, you've kind of already lost. What you first need to do is come up with a unified message that separates you from everybody else, understand the niche that you serve, and then focus on the tactics. For instance, I could say I'm a business coach, I'm a branding consultant, I'm a marketing specialist, I'm a master in NLP. I'm too much, and nobody cares. Nobody cares how hard it was for me to learn or how long it took me to learn. But when I say I'm the rapid growth guy, I help organizations large and small obtain rapid growth, the simplicity of that message gets me heard in the crowded market. When I say I specifically work with service providers, now service providers are, wow, he specializes in me. Now the tactics around sales become so much simpler. Right. So if I started with the selling element, then I'd be trying to say, no, but I'm different to most marketing coaches. I'm different to most sales trainers. Here's why work with me. Now I'm shoving something down your throat. As opposed to saying I'm the rapid growth guy. So what box do you fit in? Now they're asking me questions, and I then get to explain what I do on somebody else's invitation.
Right. So just talking a little bit more about around introversion, and what do introverts need to know to be effective salespeople?
Well, they need to know they can do it. I think that's probably the most important thing. I think we've been told this lie that introverts can't be as successful in sales as their extroverted counterparts. And the reason why I say it's a lie is my belief, and I just got my book reviewed by, I think it's called Publicity Weekly. It's like the big magazine that everybody, all the main booksellers read. and it says he convincingly shows why introverts make better salespeople. And the reason being is I'm not just telling you that you can, I'm giving you evidence for why. Because here's the difference. An extroverted salesperson, their ability to sell is directly linked to their mood. I'm having a good day, sales are great. I have a fight with my wife, my husband, my brother, my dad. All of a sudden, my sales plummet. And now, because my sales are plummeting, my mood's even further down, so I make even less sales. An introvert, once we learn a system, and that's the key to sales for an introvert, as long as we have a system that we use, we outsell our extroverted counterparts because good day, bad day, rain, hail, or shine, we just deliver the exact same process. Now, obviously, a lot of people worry about sounding scripted, and we'll cover that in a second, but as long as you create a system, you actually get a repeatable result. And as an introvert, that's what you need. You need a system that you can fall back on, and that means we actually outsell our extroverted counterparts, and it becomes an improvable process. Imagine if Henry Ford changed his manufacture line every single time, he would never get an improvement. So the one hurdle that people that are introverted have is, as introverts, we want to be more authentic than anyone. We say the difference between us and extroverts is we're real in the room, and that sometimes is to our disadvantage. But when you think about an introvert being a salesperson, you need to have a script, you need to have a process that you follow, a system. Now, that's not word for word what you say, but just a step-by-step process of I start here and then I go to this step, then I go to this step. Now, think back to all your actor buddies, and Tom Hanks is a great example, an introverted actor. When he delivers his lines in whatever movie he's in, we don't sit there and go, that guy's fake. Yeah. We go, oh, his portrayal was so realistic. But here's the difference. It started from a script. He learned the script. He embraced the script. He made it his own, and then he may have embellished a little bit. And that's what introverts need to do. We need to start by learning the process, attaching sentences and stories that we use frequently so we can improve those, but embrace them, let it become our own, and then make it our own. And only then do we go out and sell, and then we're not setting ourselves up for failure.
Brilliant. So we've come to the end of our time, Matthew. Just a couple of links will be below the video, but for folks, www.matthewpollard.com and www.theintrovertsedge.com, which will take to Amazon for the book. Brilliant. Thank you, Matthew.